We are. We are live, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And thank you for joining me. This is the Art of Womanhood, baby. We are here for the book launch. Oh my goodness, it's been a long time coming. These beautiful women here, these authors are here. They have joined me. They said yes. And now we are all here. 8 months, I believe it has been that we have been working on this project. So my name is Angela M. Mitchell, and I am the visionary of this project, The Art of Womanhood, fierce, feminine, and fearless, which is what we all are, right? And today we are launching this book with these 10 amazing women.
Dude,
So
how do I mute
I'm gonna
myself?
ask everybody who's not
Oh shit, I just
on.
came on here with no shirt on.
Oh, okay.
I'm
All
trying to
right.
make her
Oh my. All right then. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was my son. Thank you. All right.
That's what's happening
Live,
live
man. It's
TV.
live.
Okay. Those are
All
still
right, everybody, please go on mute. I'm gonna
Veronica, please go on mute. Yeah.
please.
no 150. No.
Okay, who's not on
You
mute?
made a payment of
Okay,
150.
we
So you
making
just
payments. Let's go on mute.
no.
Here we go.
Sheila, Sheila, you got to go
Sheila,
on mute.
honey. Sheila. Here we
Yeah, yeah.
go. Okay.
All right, there you go.
There we go, y'all. Listen, this is what happens when you're live. It is what it is. Let's go. It's the art of womanhood. Excellent. Thank you.
All
I was supposed to
right.
do that first, Sean. I did it second, but it's okay. Again, thank you all for joining. My name is Angela M. Mitchell. I am the visionary of this product. I am joined with these amazing, amazing, amazing sisters who decided to share their stories of triumph because we don't have no sob stories over here, right? We have stories of triumph, we have stories of overcoming, and we have stories of becoming. And so it is, oh my goodness, y'all. I'm trying not to cry. I'm trying to keep myself together because this is my first project on my own. So I'm going to shut up real quick because I'm going to let Joan talk because I'm trying not to cry. So I'm going to let Joan talk. Go ahead, Joan.
All right. Well, good afternoon. I am super excited to be here with Angie and the team of women that we have been working for months now on pulling this project together. And this is her show. This has nothing to do with me. I'm going to ask everybody to just put their phones on mute, please. So this has nothing to do with me today, but I thought that it would be a great idea to just hear from her. And instead of her trying to run all of it and talk to all of the authors, I wanted to do a little flipperoo so that we can hear the vision behind this project and how it got started. What was the mindset? When did it get started? What triggered her to do this? I know the answers to all of it, but I want the world to know, right? And I feel so close to this project. I am in it, but there's a special pride that I get, like a mother who sees their child like doing some things, right? And I'm so happy to see the transformation of Angie in all sense of the word, right? Physically, right? Physically, right? Our coaches here right now too, snapping fingers. Physically, right? Mentally, spiritually, psychologically, to see the transformation is amazing. So I want to take the opportunity to ask you a few questions. And my first question is, how did this get started? What was that thing that made you say, you know what? I want to do this. I want to bring some women together and I want to do this anthology. What was that moment for you? What was that moment like?
Oh, goodness. So listen, y'all. Listen, if y'all have been following me for any amount of time, back on September 1st, on my birthday, my 50th birthday. So I was turning 50. I was all stressed out. Just Lord have mercy. Oh my God, I'm half a century. How did this happen? When I say stressed out, I was damn near dead. I had myself dead. I'm like, I guess I'm just gonna die tomorrow because I'm 50. And so I was, I was going through all of these emotions and stuff. And I decided that I was going to stay in a cabin in the middle of nowhere. So I decided that was what I was gonna do. I wanted to get a cabin. I was gonna commune with nature. I was gonna chill out, for my 50th birthday and bring it in this cabin. So I booked this cabin on Airbnb, and it did not pan out the way I thought it was gonna pan out. So let me tell y'all, get out there, y'all. When I say it was in the middle of nowhere, it was in the middle of nowhere. I'm talking the hills have eyes. I'm talking get out. It was in the middle of nowhere. So I went out here to this cabin and I was like, oh, I can't stay here, y'all. There wasn't no doors. Me and Fifi, which is my little Chorky, we went out there. Fifi wouldn't even walk on the ground. She was like, because Fifi is bougie, y'all. She bougie, like a mama. She bougie. But she, we wouldn't stay out there. And it was like in the middle of nowhere. It's in the dark. I walked through this path and I'm like, right, this lady said, here, I have a solar light for you. It's been charging all day. And I said, wait, what? So I go back there and it's literally in the middle of nowhere. So I got my black ass out of there and I left because I was not about to end up on an episode of Unsolved Mysteries. I left, okay? On the way home, I was thinking, y'all know who I am. So on the way home, I was thinking, like there has got to be other women who have been feeling the same way. There's got to be other women who reached this 50th milestone and were like flipping out like I was, right? There has got to be. And so originally this project was supposed to be for women who have reached the great 50 and beyond, right? That was what the original part of the project was. And I started that last September. My birthday was September 1st. And I started it then. And I was going along with it, but women from all ages, from everywhere kept inboxing me saying, hey, I want to be a part of this thing, but I can't, because I'm not 50. And I don't know, I prayed on it. I thought about it and I said, you know what, I'm gonna open it up. And that's where it came from. Because I opened it up, the Most High said, all other women have stories too. So share these stories first. You know what I mean? We can kick this thing off and we can take it as far as we want to go. But the Art of Womanhood, Fierce, Feminine, and Fearless, Volume 1, was for the women that are here right now, for the women that joined this project. From the 30-something-year-old woman to the 70-year-old grandmother, there's an art to womanhood. And so I wanted to open it up so that all of these women, whomever, God sent my way to join, could share their stories too, could share their pain, their triumph, because the premise of the story was, yes, we had some struggles, we've been through some things, but I wanted to highlight the other side of that. I wanted to highlight the overcoming part, the triumph part. So that's where that came from. That's where that came from.
Yeah. What was it like reading all the stories? Because in this whole anthology world, right? For people who have done anthologies, that you have to read all the stories. What was it like reading all the stories and seeing all the different perception of what the art of womanhood means? Because every story has something different. That is what makes this book so amazing. What was it like reading the stories and seeing all of your vision come to life?
That part, I cried a couple of times, and I'm not even a crier, y'all. And I cried a couple of times reading each story, again, from each woman's perspective. You know what I mean? As to what womanhood means to them, what their experience of womanhood was. It was just amazing. It was just amazing. And each chapter is not necessarily a specific story. You know what I mean? There were perspectives. It's just, you got to download it, y'all, because it is so amazing. Like I said, just to read everyone's perspective, amazing. You know, my heart was so full, looking at these women like, wow, you know, getting a piece of each of these women's stories. Wow. You know, things that you didn't know about people, things that you never would have known. No one ever would have known, maybe, had I not been obedient and said, let me do it this way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These were the stories that I was looking for. These were the stories that needed to be told. And I just knew that I had the right people at the right time when I read all of these stories.
Yeah. Thinking about your transformation of when I met you in 2020 to this very moment, right? And all the things that you have been able to accomplish. Talk to me about that feeling.
Mm. Goodness. Goodness. It has been a journey. First of all, for everyone that does not know, my very first anthology, very first writing project was with Joan. I joined her anthology. And when I joined it, I never thought that I would be doing my own. I knew I wanted to. But at that time, I didn't think that, I'm like, yeah, that's too big of a project. That's not gonna happen. But from then to now, just the growth, joining volume 1 and volume 2, and just finally kind of finding myself, because my thing is unbecoming, right? The unbecoming, and unbecoming who and what I was to become who and what I am right now as a woman of God, regardless of what I've been through or what I do or how I say I am who I am, right? And it's okay. So just that, just accepting that. And when you accept that and get clear on that, you know what I'm saying? This is the result of that. Being able to start my own company. You know what I mean? Being able to help and mentor other women because of that. It's like there's no words, I don't think, that I could even use to describe this thing. Being able to lose just about 100 pounds because of my coach and look at her snapping and clapping in the back, right? Because of the support of another woman, though. You know what I mean? The support of that community of women, and being able to build the community of women that I've been able to build, that originally started back in 2020 with Out of the Shadows. With, I don't know, it was like 12 women in there. You know what I'm saying? And then it grew back to her. There are now 600 plus women in there, right? And we have now evolved to the Art of Womanhood. So it's just an evolution. And I don't know, amazing. I've said it 1,000 times, but that's really what it is. That's really what it is. I'm amazed at God's grace and God's favor, because every single thing that I have asked for, everything that I've written, everything that I've prayed for and manifested is happening right now.
Amen. Praise God.
I love that. All right. So I think it's time that I turn it back over to you so that you can talk to, I know your editor is here somewhere. Yep. Miss Lynn is here.
Yeah.
And I know you have your authors here, and I see another one of our editor, Miss Charmaine is here.
Yeah. Nadia's on here to grab.
Nadia is on here.
Yes.
So
I want to kick it with the ladies for a minute.
Yeah. And then, by the way, the last thing I'm going to say is, as a result of your weight loss that I saw, that's why I joined Coach Libra. I'd known her before you, but when I saw the results you were getting, that's how I jumped into, her coaching program, and it has changed my life.
Absolutely.
I look at food a different way because of her. So I'm so grateful. And this is a community, y'all. And that's what community do. We support each other and love on each other. God bless you. I'm going to turn it back over to you. Well done, Angela Mitchell.
Thank you. First of all, I want to say, I'm looking in the comments. Thank you to everyone that's joining and that's watching us live. Share this broadcast out, everybody. Share it to wherever you can share it to. And then don't forget to download. Click the link and download, y'all. We got to get us to this bestseller list today. Let's go. This is a book you want to share. This is a book you want to read. You're not going to be able to put it down once you start, I promise. So download. I'm gonna do a giveaway in a little bit, but before we get to all of that, I want to start and ask these authors that are here a couple of questions. And so I had the honor and the pleasure of bullying my younger sister to join this project. She cut off her camera on me. She cut off her camera on
You
me.
can't see me?
No, you cut off your camera. But I had the honor and pleasure of forcing my younger sister to join this project. She is one of the authors. I think she may have frozen, so I'm going to give her a second to get herself together. I don't know what just happened over there. Oh, there she is.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can
I'm
hear
on
you.
here, but I can see you and everything. Can you see me?
I can see you, but we're gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with it.
Oh, okay.
So I want you to
Okay.
introduce yourself. Let everybody know who you are and how I bullied you to join this project.
So, all right. Well, hello, everybody. I am Alicia Guilford, as she said, her younger sister. And yes, I was semi-bullied, but in a good way. I had no idea what I wanted to talk about or what. I'm like, I don't hear what I gotta say. So it's a good thing. She made me step out of my comfort zone. So here I am.
So tell me, aside from that though, what made you decide that, because you said you wanted to write before, you didn't know what you wanted to write and things like that. What made you decide that, like, you know what, right now, aside from the bullying, because y'all, it wasn't really bullying, I'm just playing. So aside from
No.
aside from that, what made you decide that that right now I want to share my story?
Well, normally I write poetry for like I don't really share it, whatever, with anybody, but I like reading books, all types of books and stuff like that. And so sometimes I read stuff and I'm like, I can write that. Like, so then I'm like, well, once you gave me the tool, I guess, to kind of put it into the format, I was like, okay, it wasn't as, I guess, hard as I kept telling myself, like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. So I just decided, okay, let me just dive in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you want the readers to take away from reading your story and hearing what you share? What do you want the readers to take away? First, tell everybody what the title of your chapter is, though.
It's The Audacity of Absence is my chapter.
Yes.
And so that just because, I guess for the most part, that just because you may have a picture of how you probably should be raised, or maybe you see your friends being raised a certain way, but it's not, everybody's story is different, and you don't have to be, just because you may not have had a strong foundation with your upbringing, that doesn't mean you have to stay that way. Like, you can create your own foundation and create your own just your foundation, because everybody, as you get older, I guess I realized that we weren't raised by our biological parents, but everything happens for a reason. So I feel like I wouldn't be who I am if we were, raised with them, because they had their own issues that they didn't know how to cope with or deal with clearly, so it's really just kind of, that's the basis of it. Just like you just can create your own foundation for your life.
Right. Absolutely. Thank you. What do you think going forward? Do you think you have another project in you? I always ask, because once people get the author bug, you get the author bug, sometimes you keep going. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean, I think about it and stuff like that, but sometimes I'm not really sure. I mean, I have several stories in my head. Yeah. I don't know if they all gonna make it on paper, but I have several things, because I've apparently lived a lot of life since I'm almost 50 minus 25. I'm 25 for life, as everyone knows. Okay. So yeah, maybe so. We'll see what happens.
All right. Well, I appreciate you. I thank you for being a part of this project, and I love you.
I love you too. And I
Right.
have to say that I love your growth. I love your, just your overall transformation, even though I still see my sister as my sister, but that you touching so many other people. I'm so just proud of you. And I don't know, girl, go girl. Back to her, girl. So I
Thank
love
you,
it.
thank
Snap,
you,
snap.
thank you. Let's get
All
it,
right. Well, I
y'all.
love y'all. I have to exit the building now and go back to, but I love y'all. I'm glad everybody is on, and I can't wait to read everybody's chapter.
All right, download, download. All right, Sugar, thank you for joining.
Download.
Oh, I muted her. Oops. So, so sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all. Listen, again, that was one of our authors, my sister. So Terry is in the audience. Jennifer Brown, I want to thank you guys for watching, joining, all the people that are out there. Verna, thank you for tuning in. Download, download, download. Next, we are going to hear from A.M. Holiday. Miss Holiday, yep, I'm calling it. I'm going in the order that I see. I'm like, what? That ain't what it said on the paper. But listen,
All right, I'm ready.
this is where we are. So just take where did she go? Oh, there she is. Just take a second to introduce yourself. Let the people know who you are and what you do.
Oh, my name is Alicia Holiday. I am a best-selling author on Amazon. Thank you, Joan. Thank you, Nadia. I met Angie during that process when I had an anthology out a couple of years ago now. And I am a mother, I am a grandmother, and I am retired, a retired civil servant, and I do a lot of volunteer work. I am affiliated, I'm the vice president at the Phyllis Wheatley YWCA in Washington, D.C., where we offer safe housing to women who would otherwise face homelessness. And I also am an advocate for disabled adults in the District of Columbia.
Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much. Man, why did you decide to join this anthology? Why did you decide that now was the time to share?
Well, we had a connection as soon as we started talking. And when you told me about the your initial project about turning 50, it resonated with me because we as women, we share a lot of things. We share hairstyles, we share recipes, we share outfits, we can talk about where we're going, but we don't really talk about what it means to get older, to have changes in our bodies and our minds and our lives that people don't see. Right. And when you told me about your project, I was like, this is wonderful. I definitely want to be a part of it.
And I'm so glad you did. Listen, y'all, I want y'all to know I'm really sitting here trying to keep myself together and trying not to get emotional as I'm listening to y'all talk. So just bear with me, because
Oh,
I'm trying to keep it together over here, y'all. You said, I want to ask this though. You named all of the things that you do, all of your titles. And as women, we wear so many hats and have so many roles. And we are the chef, we are the doctor, we are the nurse, we are the everything in the house, right? And how do you balance that? You know what I mean? How do you balance that and still, right? And still just, be able to keep your sanity, man. How do you balance all of those things?
nobody but God, okay? I have to pray on a regular basis and ask for strength, ask for wisdom, and ask for all that I need because, it is all because of him that I do these things, right?
That's good.
He gives me what I need. He gives me he's my provider, he's my healer, and all of that. So he is who I lean on for all of this. And I believe that he gives me the words that I write. He gives me the strength that I have to do these things. And when I'm weak and feel like I'm ready to give up and slam the door and cuss everybody out, he
Wow.
straightens me up and puts me on the right path so I don't do that. Right. So it's nothing but God, and the blood of Jesus that covers me. I couldn't do it without it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And we all have those moments because again, we have so much on our shoulders, right? We have the weight of the world on our shoulders. I don't care what nobody say. You understand? We have
Mhm.
the weight of the world on our shoulders, and there is absolutely an art to womanhood. There's an art to this thing, man. There
Yes.
is an art to the sisterhood of womanhood, right?
Yes.
How important are female relationships to you?
They're very important, but they and I know people are going to get maybe feel some kind of way about it, but it needs to be a quality relationship, right?
Yeah.
You can have a whole bunch of women around you and, oh, that's my friend, but are they really
Mhm.
your friend? A
Mhm.
real friend is someone you can connect with, someone you can lean on, you can talk to, you can be honest with.
Yeah.
And that narrows your circle, but it's very important to have those people. They don't have to see you every day, but when you need them, they need to be there, right? We have
Absolutely.
to have those kinds of connections if we're going to continue to thrive and make it out here, because we all face challenges. And we pray and we meditate, but sometimes you just need a sister to say, you know what, girl, I need to talk before I
Yeah.
hurt somebody. Can
Yeah.
I talk to you for a minute? Right. And you need that. We need that community and that fellowship. And we need to do it with each other and stop tearing each other down. We need to build each other up. I have a
I
shirt
agree.
that says we rise by lifting others. And I believe that. And as women, we need to continue to do that. And we need to promote that.
I agree. I agree. I appreciate you. So what's next for you?
Well, that remains to be seen. I've been thinking about, and I talked to you about it. I've been thinking about maybe doing another anthology. I had a couple of people approach me. I've been thinking about just doing something, just a whole book on my own, just kind of something away from a true, a based on truth mystery, if you will. So I've
Ooh.
got some projects in my head, but it's going to take time and prayer and
Of
everything.
course.
So, but of course, you will know, you and Nadia and Joan, y'all will hear from me if I decide to do it. I won't go anywhere else. So I'll let you know. But, I got some things
Love it.
on my heart, and whatever's meant to be will be. But I can't
Absolutely.
say right now, but I'm working on
That's it. And that's what we do. And I appreciate you and I thank
it.
you. All right, man. I hope we are downloading. I'm checking y'all out in the comments. Good afternoon. Thank you. Charmaine said, congratulations. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I am looking for Coach Libra coming to the stage. And I know I like to say that. Come on through now. Come on through. Coach Libra J. Hicks, welcome, welcome, welcome to this thing. One of our amazing authors. I was telling everybody about my weight loss journey, and she was a major part of it. I've been rocking with her for the last couple of years, and she's been on my heels, and I finally got serious, and now here we go. And I'm so glad that she decided to join this project. But I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, tell everybody who you are, what you do, and why you joined this project.
Hey y'all, I'm Coach Libra. I'm drinking coffee. Everybody, because I say this is Bailey's, but everybody had a cute little cup, and I'm like, well, let me go get one. So that's what we're doing right here, okay? So this is straight up coffee. But I'm Coach Libra. I do a lot. I do a lot. I run a nonprofit called Our Children's Story that supports the disability community, families within the special needs community. I have Fit Mom Fitness, which is where Angie and Joan are a part of. That is my lifestyle coaching business. That is where I take women, in particular melanated women, and show them a better living. We have been conditioned to put ourselves last, put ourselves second. We have been conditioned to be working horses, and we have been conditioned to let ourselves go and kill ourselves in the process. And I don't like how that looks on us. I also am a sneaker designer. I design sneakers. I have an entire sneaker line that is built around the disabled community. So my sneakers represent different diagnoses. I cranked it off with the diagnosis that my sons have. So my oldest has cerebral palsy and epilepsy. So the first two sneakers in my line were for cerebral palsy and epilepsy. And then my baby boy has autism. So we have sneakers for autism. And then I branched out and added Down syndrome, sickle cell, breast cancer, etc. So those are all things that I do. I joined the project because growing, my growth looks different than everybody else, and everybody has their journey, but mine is different. And I felt it was important to share my perspective. I'm a 43-year-old woman that has been through some stuff.
Yes.
And
Washroom is over here.
And I have a lot to share. I have an interesting story, and I wanted to give just a snippet of how I grew. I tend to, in this space that I'm in, not focus on the past or the future. I focus right where I am. And I feel as though when I shared my perspective, it was so that you could see how I got here. I wanted to focus how I got here. I wanted to give you a very brief snippet of, I had excuse my language, I had a fucked up time in life. I did. That's just the premise of it. Here's a little snippet of that. But these are some of the things that I've done to reach a higher self. Some of the things that I currently do to stay in my higher self. Some of the things that I choose to entertain and choose not to entertain. My goal was to show how I stay in this vibration. A lot of times in my coaching business, women don't know how to stay in the vibration. They look at a challenge and they instantly fold. And my goal is to show that if we're able to sustain in these conditions, then you can look at this challenge and say, I'm worth staying in the battle, even when this presents itself. I am worth staying in the battle, even when this presents itself. So my goal is to help shift the thinking and show in this chapter that you are more than what you set yourself to be. You are artwork of the universe. You are artwork of God. You are the artwork. You are bigger than what you have conditioned yourself to be. You're bigger than the job. You're bigger than the low vibrational shit that you partake in. You're bigger than the past traumas. You're bigger than the worries that you're carrying. You limit yourself to man-made thinking. And I wanted to show women that you are way more powerful than you box yourself to be.
That's it. That's it. And that's the art of womanhood, right? That is, that's the epitome and the art of womanhood, is learning to love and care for ourselves and live, in that high vibration and not in the gutter, in the garbage, man. Because we are so much better. We are just powerful. We are fierce. We are feminine, and we are fearless.
How are you?
Okay. No,
Not
ma'am.
bad. Fantastic.
Ma'am, thank you. All right. I put her on. It's all right, y'all. Put her on mute. I put her on mute. So just one more thing. A lot of us, ladies, man, we live in like the fight or flight mode. What do you think is a way for us to get away from that as women? How can we get away from that?
Knowing exactly what your reality is and living from there, living from the moment. We do a lot of harping on the past. This is the cycle. So I can tell you how we stay sick. Society has made us to believe that we have to on what happened and what will happen. And they take your focus off what is happening. Mm-hmm. So we don't live in what is happening. We're living in, this is what hurt me. This is what I desire. Forget everything in the middle. So what we do is we operate our day based on past, which is no longer, that's an illusion, and a future that hasn't even happened. Mm-hmm. So it takes away your ability to see what's going on in front of you right now, because everything you're doing is based on time frames that are not even happening. Mm-hmm. So we are scaring ourselves. We're allowing distractions to scare us instead of fully shutting this out and asking myself, what do I feel? Yeah. What do I genuinely feel? Yeah. How do I honestly see myself operating? What are the things people have told me are inappropriate, incorrect? And I say that because the greatest attributes of me are the things that people try to suppress. So I'm a loud laugh. I have a loud laugh. I was told that was ghetto. I have a loud projecting voice. I was told I'm disruptive and aggressive. I have inflections in tone to tell stories, and I was told I was too animated. We're gonna fast forward. Those same attributes is why my fitness business is thriving.
That's it.
Those attributes is why I have a sneaker business. Those same attributes is why I was able to leave corporate America in 2014 and never look back to clock in for nobody else but my damn self. Those same attributes are the ones is why I'm an author. Those same attributes are why I was able to model. Those same attributes that people who were insecure about themselves were suppressing me because they understood that those were the greatness in me. And because they were unsure of how to rise to their occasion, they want everything around them to suffer. And I fell into that pot until I got tired. Mm-hmm. And focused on right now. So right now is where we need to focus. Let God handle tomorrow.
That's
and
it.
That's
it. That's it. That's it. That's it. And that's the art. That's it. And as women, that's what we do, man. We again, and we have to get out of the, like I said, the fight or flight. And I thank you. I thank you. I thank you, my sister, for joining this project with me. I thank you.
And let me say this real quick while we're live. Girlfriend, I'm proud of you. Let me say that. Feel all that shit. If you cry while on here, do that. Because let me tell you what that does, the power in that. You are allowing people to see your growth on sight. Don't shield that. Don't hide that. Let these women see that. Let these people that are touring your lives see that. It is worth it. There is power in the tears. It is showing the next woman that they can rise and do whatever is necessary to win. The tears are warranted. So, girlfriend, if you got to be on here teary-eyed, snotty, makeup, choked up, do it.
Exactly. Thank you. And I love you. I love you. I love you, darling.
Love you too, my friend.
Yes, my girl. Next up, I would like to invite our editor, Mrs. Lynn Braxton, to unmute herself. I can't wait to look it. I see Miss Healthy over there shouting out. This woman is a part of history. She is amazing. She our editor, you know what I mean? And I have adopted her as my second mom. And so I was so excited that she asked to join this project. So Ms. Lynn Braxton, I'm gonna go ahead and let everybody know who you are.
Thank you, Angie. And I just want to say that I'm just so thankful to be a part of this project. You women, everyone that's in this anthology really amazed me. I tell you, as I read each story, you talking about the tears and the emotion that welled up in me, to know that, you know, you've gone through so much, but you didn't let it break you. You kept going, you pushed through it, and look at you now. You know, we are on the verge of, you know, having this bestseller. I know we will be bestsellers. And I'm just proud of each of you for being willing to tell your story and then allowing me as editor then to go in and, you know, smooth any rough patches or ask questions that prompted, you know, more clarification. And
Yes.
Angie, thank you for your guidance through this too, because I joined late to be a part of the anthology. So I didn't get a chance to connect with all of you at the beginning, but I tell you, it has been a wonderful, wonderful journey. And so thank you for being so open and willing to share of yourself. So a little bit about me. I am a retired educator. I'm a retired school district administrator for 3 different districts that I worked for. And I'm also a retired adjunct professor at a Christian university. And once I retired, and the Lord allowed me to go through some things.
Yes.
I maybe within 6 months of retiring and thinking I was going to be traveling and having fun. Well, the Lord said, not yet. I was diagnosed with breast cancer within 6 months of moving into our dream home, our retirement home. And so I didn't get to travel. All I was doing was taking lots of tests. And, I have had conversations with the Lord, like, why now? Why couldn't we have done this earlier, Lord? I would have been willing so I could be enjoying this time now. But he just let me know that was my time. We know that the Lord plans things out. And but what kept me going through it all, through, the 3 months of chemotherapy, going through 5 days a week for 4 weeks of radiation, and going through immunotherapy for 1 whole year. And then, of course, your body has to rest and be restored. But the one thing that kept me going was the word. I always share with people how I would put verses around the house. Wherever I was, there was a Bible verse to keep me motivated, and particularly the one that that said, "Do not fear," because there are 365 appearances of the words "do not fear" in the Bible. And I know that, based on Matthew 28, that, 28:20, that the Lord was going to be with me through it all. So no matter what I went through, he was going to be there. And so I can tell you, because of that, going through that, there were things that he wanted me to do based on my journey. And so it was to help other people to tell their stories. And so that's why I am grateful. I feel like I was chosen, for this. And in regards to some of the work experiences that I talked about in my chapter, I want to tell you that it's okay if you're the only person. Oftentimes, I was the only Black female person in my job, at my job site with the schools. Yeah. I can remember starting one school, and I was so excited because I saw the name Doug Jones on a plaque on the door. I thought, there is another Black person here. Well, Doug was an older white gentleman, very nice, but it's just, for me, trying to connect to someone of my race was difficult in the school systems, some of them in California. Right. And so then to be able to get into administration, that's another different story, when you see how people, even of your own race, aren't happy for you when you are selected to become a school district administrator, because they felt like, why couldn't I do that? Why didn't they choose me? Who is she? She just showed up on the scene and you're picking her over me. And so those are some of the things that I endured. Or when you're hired and then you have people who are hired over you as your supervisors, who may or may not have the experience that you have. And so there are different challenges that you'll face, but I just want to tell you, don't give up. Just keep striving, keep doing, and keep pushing forward. I'm proud to be that first Black certificated staff who was hired as a school district administrator in 3 different districts. Yeah. That's me. And I'm so proud that the Lord chose me and put me in those places. And I pray the most important thing when I was in my positions was helping children and their parents, children with special needs. Particularly, that was my heart and my passion, was helping kids who other people saw as difficult children, or children who couldn't learn. Every child can learn. We may have to change the way we teach, but every child can learn. And so, I've enjoyed my journey, and I thank God that he has blessed me to reach this stage in my life where now I am the CEO and founder of my own editing company, Divine Editing and Proofreading Services. And I've had the joy and pleasure working with Miss Joan T. Randall with Victorious U Press as her editor-in-chief. And I tell you, we have edited some amazing, amazing stories in these last several years. And then to meet someone like Angie, I tell you, Angie is my heart. I love her. There are times when I'll ask Angie tough questions, but she'll give me a tough answer back. No, you're who you say you are, but let me tell you, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to do this. It's like, okay. and that's okay because that's her job, And so I've admired seeing your marketing skills. Boy, oh boy, you are just amazing to me. And just going back to the editors again, I'm sorry, to the authors, thank you again for sharing your story and letting us put them out there. And I think this is going to be a remarkable book. And thank you for the tears that I share with reading your stories and just knowing what you've been through and just seeing, who you are today. As Libra said, don't forget to embrace the now that the Lord has brought you to this stage in your life right now. So don't forget to thank him for that. So I love you all and let's do this.
Thank you. Thank you, Liz. Thank you so much. Again, y'all, that was our editor, and she is a wonderful, wonderful editor. But y'all won't know unless y'all download this book. So go get it so y'all can see how she did. Next up, I see who is next. Do I see Miss Joan T. Randall? We just gonna keep it going on the train, y'all. Let's go.
All right. All right.
First of all, Joan is my sister. Joan is my friend. Joan has been my colleague. Joan is the person that started me on this. She is the person that put me in my first anthology, and it's been on and popping ever since. And so to have her in my first anthology as a part of this project is just amazing. And I'm just so proud to be able to call you my sister and my friend and my co-author and all of those things. So tell me why you decided to join this project.
You know what? I think that the art of womanhood is supporting each other, right? And being able to support from, it doesn't matter what level or what situation. And when I saw that this was your first project, I had to be a part of it, right? This is like number 17 book for me, but I had to be a part of it. And to be able to sit back and just, follow the leader, right? This is the date for your chapter. Okay, I'm sending it, right? I love that, right? Because it allowed me to see you as the leader that you are. So I remember my first anthology, and I said this to you, it was, well, not the first one, it's like the third one, but it was The Image in the Mirror. And you sent, it was 20 women in that book, and you sent your chapter in the first. You were the first person to submit your chapter, and I read your chapter and I cried. And I'm like, oh my God, she has the gift of writing. And I don't know if there was much of any kind of edit corrections on that first, and it was powerful. It was about, your life as a young girl and where it was now. So I had to be a part of it because I wanted to support you in all the ways that you had showed up and supported me as well.
And I so appreciate you. The Art of Womanhood, man. Tell us the title of your chapter and why you decided to share what you shared in your chapter.
Yeah, so my chapter is called I Left Because I Chose Me. And it was a very difficult chapter to write because I was experiencing something that nobody knew but myself and my husband at the time. And it is easy when a beautiful marriage from the outside, people are looking and fails, right? So it is hard for a woman to say my marriage failed again. Right? My first marriage was violent. It was domestic violence. I got out of that. I found the man of my dreams. I found my forever guy. And here we were, like, separated. It was hard. But one thing I know about healing is that you can't hide it. You can't hide what is happening because, yeah, you might hide it from the world, but you can't hide it from God. And another thing too is there's a lot of women out there afraid to leave marriages that are empty
Mm-hmm.
because of what people will think, right? In this marriage, it's 20 years, the world, 20, 30, 40 years, the world sees me as this perfect marriage, but in the house, I live upstairs and he lives downstairs.
Right.
Or in the house,
Right.
he is, one side of the place, and then, I'm at another side. We don't speak until we go out because we want the world to see. So it's a big pretentious thing. So I'd made a decision to not pretend that I was happy, not to no longer pretend that this is the life that God wanted for me. Right. And then there is the church, and the church says all the time that don't put apart what God has put together, but God didn't put all the marriages together.
That's right.
A lot of it, we put ourselves there, right? And so it was so refreshing for me to be able to use this opportunity and share my story about me leaving because I chose me. And when it comes to the art of womanhood, we always choose ourselves last. We choose to send our kids to school. We choose to be the mother. We choose to be the provider. We choose to build our family with us on the back burner.
Right.
And this was the time in my life at 58 years old when I chose me.
That's right.
It had taken me a long time, but I finally chose me. And it was one of the best decisions I had made at this stage of my life, understanding that I'm feminine, that I'm fearless, that I am, all the things about the art of womanhood, that my peace was more important than the image of a marriage, that my joy was more important than the image of a marriage, that everything inside of me and who God has created to me was more important about Joan being psychologically, physically, mentally healthy, wholly healthy, WHOLLY.
Right.
And that's where I am today. Like whole, I've lost almost 50 pounds since I've left. I've been taken off of every medication that I was on for 15 years or more. And the joy I have and the peace I have is indescribable.
And immeasurable, man. That's it. That's it. I thank you so, so very much. I think your story was needed because, like you said, it's a woman out there that's ready to go, and is scared to go.
Yep.
So thank you for sharing that. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you. And I
you.
love you.
Love
All
you.
right. Next, we got Miss C. Marie. Miss C. Marie. Come into the stage. I always want to say come into the stage all the time. Miss C. Marie. Take just a second, introduce yourself and tell us what the title of your chapter is as well.
Hi, everybody. My name is C. Marie. I am a civil service employee, have been probably close to 40 years now. I am moving and making steps towards retiring in the next 5 years. I know I got a lot of my work family up here, so hi, Fleet Forces. So yeah, just like I said, just working towards retirement. All right. And the name of my chapter is It Gets Better with Time. And I chose that chapter because childhood, adulthood, yeah, it wasn't the best. And it was like one trial after another trial, after a tribulation, after another trial. And through all of it, I just kept saying, this can't be it. This can't be all of it. And I just held out that hope. And as the older I got, because I'll be 60 this year. And so as I got older and I finally started putting myself first, it got better. And so just moving forward and that's the way I'm going. And so just to be able to share that with the younger generation, especially young women, that this is what I did, this is what I went through. Don't take 60 years to change it.
I know that's right. I know that's right. I know that's right. And I'm so glad that why did you decide though, like you said, it's 60 years. Why did you decide that right now was the time, man? that now was the time to just, you're on book number 2 to let people just know who you are
Yeah.
and what you've been through.
Because it wasn't changing. I always thought, if I keep, doing this way, if I keep doing this way, it's going to change. People are going to, recognize and they're going to appreciate me. And we're just going to go off into life and sail off into the sunset. And we're going to be happy and blissful. And that just wasn't working. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm getting older. It's time. It's time that I start taking care of me. And in doing that, I was able to then take care of those around me even better. I
Yeah.
wanted to show up different so that when my children grow up, especially my girls, that they didn't make those same mistakes that I did. I wanted them to stand in who they were, stand in their authenticity, and be their true selves, and not be apologetic about any of it.
Come on now. That's right. That's right. That's right. And that's the art of womanhood. That's right. Don't apologize. Be who you are.
Yes.
Be who you
Yes,
are.
yes.
And I appreciate that message. And I thank you so much for joining me. And I always say how much I appreciate you. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. And I just want to, I saw my cousin on here, so I'm going to send her a shout out because
Yes,
this
she
is
popped
the
on.
true meaning of the art of womanhood. And I'm going to try to say this without crying. Excuse me.
Yeah, no need.
My mom passed in January, and my cousin was right there by my side the entire time. She did not leave. She did not ask for anything. No matter what I needed or when I needed it, she was there. And we were actually writing our chapters together, while we was going through everything. And so we were sitting there and I was like, this is the true meaning. This is the reason why we're writing this book, is so that other women can know that you're not alone, that if you can't stand in your authenticity, read our words, stand in ours until you can stand in yours. So thank you for having me. Sorry for the tears.
No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And her cousin is one of the authors as well. She was on, but she had to jump off, Renita D. Davis. So she's one of the authors as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And last but certainly not least is Miss Angela Harris. Come on off of mute, girl. Come on off of mute. Hello. All right. Come on now. Introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are and what was the name of your chapter.
So I am Angela Harris. The name of my chapter is Still Standing. So many who know me know I love Monica. And that was one of my favorite songs that she wrote, right? It just resonated with me whenever I would hear that song, it would come to tears. And I've just always used, that line, like, I'm still standing, everything I've been through, I'm still here, right? And she say, and I always say if my back is against the wall, I'm gonna come out swinging regardless to where I am. So, and I'm never gonna fall. So that was kind of the reason why I chose that. It was a perfect opportunity to use, that line I've been using, and it resonates with my story.
Your story, oh my goodness, your story was so amazing to me because I connected with it so much from being a young mother, excuse me, as well. What do you want other women to take away from the story? You can tell just a little bit about what you shared, but as a woman that was a young mother, because young mothers grow up, right? We grow up. So would you share with another young woman who may be in that situation, who's a young mother and trying to figure this shit out?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I would share exactly what was shared with me. I was very fortunate to get some hands on me that really cared, right? And I'm at that point to where you don't want to cry because people meet you and they even those who know you, it's like I don't look like half of, not even a portion of what I've been through, right? At all. Don't even come across, right? My personality. They would never know. And I don't share it all the time. So I was very thankful that I was asked to share it in this book. But I'm saying, I had someone put hands on me in a program, and I grew in that program, and I gave back. I started a Teen Mother program in the inner cities of Watts, California, and worked with a lot of girls to say, hey, you can do this, right? As a teen mother, like, if I can do it, you can do it, and it's not going to be easy. We weren't given that, right? We weren't given that silver spoon. This is where we are. This is the cards that what we going to do with them. And so I would get with them and say, hey, well, you can either whine about it or you can do something about it, right? It's not just you anymore. You got a whole child that you have to change the direction for. So that's what I used to tell those girls, right? Don't let your circumstance be your story, right? Change your narrative, move differently. Because I grew up in the pits of South Central. I would have never thought I would have been 3,000 miles away in North Carolina, working at the top of technology ever in my life. Right. I can remember the first time I called myself trying to go into, it was a nonprofit, but corporate America to me, nonprofit at the time. And I turned over my first, I was told to write a letter for the director, and I gave her the letter, and it came back with so many red marks, and I was like, oh, I was crying. I cried so hard, and she came out there. She says, no, this is why I say people had their hands on me. She goes, no, this is a learning lesson, and you're going to appreciate me for it later on down the road, right? And I do to this day, right? Now I can write, I'm in learning and development on one of my jobs, and I can knock it out with no problems, but not that day. You couldn't have told me. I mean, it was red.
Mercy.
I said, keep going, regardless, you keep going, regardless of people going to put you down. People are going to try to break your spirit. People are going to judge you just for where you are today, not knowing that you're doing what you're doing today because of your past circumstances. I don't care. You keep it pushing.
That's right. That's right. And I appreciate you for joining this project as well. Like I said, I resonated as a young mother, and here are the young mothers, and we now sitting here, able to influence another young mother or another sister, another woman, period. So I thank you for joining this project. And I'm about to do these giveaways here. So the first giveaway is a signed copy of The Art of Womanhood anthology. The signed copy is, wait, I did knock my doggone other screen away because I've been watching these comments. So I've been watching the comments and see who has been engaging. Miss Veronica has been going off in these comments in there. So Miss Veronica is the winner of the signed copy. Miss Veronica. So I want you to, I put my email inside of this, inside of the comments. So you can please email me so I can get you your signed copy of The Art of Womanhood. And then I have one more. Actually, I have another giveaway.
Angie, that was one of my sales.
Huh?
I said that was one of my sales.
Oh.
My coworker, Veronica.
Oh, Lord. Okay, Veronica, you ain't getting that then.
No.
But you know what? And she was the first person I saw that said, so instead of the book, you getting this t-shirt, girl.
No, get rid of the book. I'm just playing.
You ain't getting both now. You can't have, I don't want to give her the double book. So yes, that is that. Thank you, Veronica. So I want to also say, I am going to give away this book, but the grand prize, before I even give away the book, because I want y'all to have time to email me. It's not going to be announced I'm not announcing it today and who I'm going to pick, but you'll know, I will announce it tomorrow who's being picked. So I want to give away, because this is only volume 1. This is volume 1. The Art of Womanhood, Fierce, Feminine, and Fearless is a movement. It is a series. And I'm gonna keep going till God tell me to stop. And so there is a volume 2, and it will be coming up soon, and I will be recruiting soon, but I would like to give one woman the opportunity to join the next volume 2. So I want you to email me. I put my email address in the comments. I'm going to put it in the comments on social media as well, and it's going to stay in the comments. You can inbox me if you need to send a smoke signal. I don't know, but reach out to me. I'm Angela M. Mitchell on Facebook. So reach out, and I'm gonna pick if you would like to be in volume 2, if you would like to have an opportunity, just shoot me a message and let me know why that should be you, because I would like to give another woman the opportunity to share her story, to share her message, to start her writing career, whatever it is she want to do with this thing. So inbox me and let me know that. So I done gave away this t-shirt. Now the book is going to, drum roll please, Althea P. Jones, who was the next person that was going off in these doggone comments in there. So Miss Althea P. Jones, you get this good book. Listen. I'm sitting up here watching. I'm online watching. I am in the comments watching. I see all the people that took time out of their day to get on here with me, to celebrate y'all, and to celebrate this movement, and to celebrate me, essentially, right? And to celebrate my vision. This was my vision. This was my vision when I was driving back from that cabin, and God put this on my heart, and this is what I saw, and I saw being able to launch this book and launch this series and support these women and share these stories. There are interviews that came along with these stories. Again, it's a movement. And so, people keep saying how honored they were to join the project. I am honored that God chose me to be able to share these stories, that God chose me to go through all of the bullshit, y'all, that I have been through in these 51 years that I've been on this earth, right? And it was all for right now. It was all for right now. And so to see it was like 26 people on here at one point, and then the people online and everybody that joined to support not just me, but to support these ladies. I thank you so very much. Whoever, I don't know who you are, lady, sister, but I need you to reach out, because I definitely want to put another woman on. I don't know who that is from iPhone to everyone, but I love you too. That's in the comments that said you did it. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. We did we did it. It is the Art of Womanhood. Thank y'all for getting on here. Thank y'all for taking the time to join me. To all of y'all, shout out to my editor, Lynn. Shout out to Nadia Monsanto for doing the graphics. Shout out to Joan for helping me, for seeing me, for loving me, and for letting me know that I am supplied, I am selected, and I am significant. And just thank y'all. And shout out to Essence. I forgot Essence for these beautiful author shirts. Essence and Dynamite. Myrick of Royal Reigns Designs. Thank you for designing these beautiful shirts. She's one of the co-authors. She just wasn't able to be here today, so I'm shouting her out again. And that's it, y'all. That's it. It's a wrap, and I thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. All right, y'all. Bye.
Bye, guys. This is
Bye.
amazing.
Everyone
Bye.
say goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Thank y'all for joining.
Bye. Thank you, Angie. Love you.